and welcome. My name is Ashley Gunn. Today's book review will be on the third book of the How to Date a Douchebag series by Sara Ney, and this one is called The Learning Hours. The first thing I have to say is how spectacularly amazing I think it is of Sara to add this book to the Kindle Unlimited with the other books of the series, because so many times I see it where the first couple books are free, but then you have to pay for the end of the series, and especially as they first come out. So I think it's fantastic, and anybody who has that Kindle Unlimited can get this book immediately. The whole series is Kindle Unlimited, so feel free to read it. This book itself, I actually thought was going to start off with the very first gay couple of this series, because the first chapter is a male and the second chapter is a male, and in general, the people that are on the chapters are going to be the people in the relationship, but it's not. This is still a heterosexual relationship. However, Sara still surprised me because she made it where instead of the guy being the douchebag, the girl's going to be. And I gotta tell you, I have never met a woman I hated more at the initial meeting, because Laurel is honestly just an awful, awful, awful person when she very first starts her chapter. Basically, Rhett is at a restaurant. He's just been dined and dashed by his entire wrestling team, and he's really having a rough time. You can tell by the way he reacts to the waitresses. And so she basically says that he's not worth her time because he's ugly. And that, oh gosh, the idea that someone would treat someone else like that, especially when they were going through a hard time, is awful. But then on top of that, Rhett's wrestling team kind of hazes him a little more by posting pictures of his face, his phone number, and saying, like, let's get this guy laid. And so, again, being an awful person, Laurel and her cousin decided to text him and kind of have a little fun, and Laurel lied about who she was and what she looked like. Eventually, Rhett's going to figure that out, and so it's just kind of a double whammy, because Laurel realizes that Rhett is a really good person, and the more that she gets to know him, the more she's attracted to him. For instance, things like he has amazing teeth, amazing hair, great body, speaks French, and so as she learns these things, she really is attracted to him. And it doesn't seem to dawn on Rhett, no matter what Laurel does, how much she flirts with him, says that she's attracted to him, that they could actually ever be in a relationship, because as far as Rhett's concerned, Laurel's out of his league, and he's just kind of gotten used to the fact that she may be playing with him again, and that's kind of how their entire relationship started, so I understand why he would think that. And that's probably the biggest issue in their relationship, is them getting on the same page as far as how they feel about each other. I really like the fact that Sara didn't put huge obstacles in their relationship, because there was the hazing at the beginning of the book, and Rhett is such a great guy. I don't know that it would have been smart to have him go through even more. And quite frankly, I like the fact that Laurel was the one who was starting to second guess herself by the end of the book, because of how she was at the beginning of the book. Overall, I loved this. I like the fact that Sara switched it up and had a girl be kind of the vindictive person, because not that Zeke and Oz weren't great characters. It's just nice to see something new, completely refreshing for the series. Anyways, I really liked this book. Clearly, I really like this book. I'm going to link Sara's link to all of her books as the very first link in my description, so if you want to check out this series or anything else that she's written. If you like this review, go ahead and like it. If you have any questions or comments, leave that down below. And if you want my reviews every week, subscribe. Thank you so much. I will see you again soon.